Dueling rallies in West Michigan this weekend, and both sides were heavily armed. A conservative group, the American Patriot Council, supporting President Trump with a freedom march. Justice for Black Lives staging a counter-protest. Both groups said they feared for their safety. Both groups blamed the other for stirring divisiveness. Both groups brought guns. NBC News Now correspondent Dasha Burns was there.
We are once again divided at election time. And I think this could be one of the worst elections in the last 100 years.
This is about freedom, and that's what this is about. This is simply about freedom for all.
That's a Trump rally. It's not patriots. Those people are supporting Donald Trump. It has nothing to do with patriotism.
For a long time, there was quite a few people who did not want to stand up. They were afraid of what the BLM, the Antifa, and the people who are not with Trump would do.
Every event that these people have shown at during this summer, they've brought arms, so they weren't there to engage or talk, and they racially intimidated us in June and July. And today we caught wind of their event, and we decided that it was our time to exercise our Second Amendment right and to make sure that we have a safe space for our people.
I'm wearing my body armor today because I've had threats on my life, so I just don't feel comfortable coming out to gatherings like this unprotected.
We're fighting for equality. That is not division.
It's going to be what it's going to be. I mean, obviously I want Trump to win. I'm a Trump supporter, but if Biden wins, Biden wins. I mean, the country's going to continue to go. I mean, it's not the end of the world.
Dasha joins us now from Grand Rapids, Michigan. It is a place she has been a whole lot over the past year for our County to County series. Dasha, thankfully, you've reported that in spite of all of the guns, there was no violence there this weekend. But these hypercharged rallies really just highlight how polarized this area is ahead of the election. This is a county and a state that both candidates are trying very hard to win. What did you take away from this weekend there?
Hey, Allison, that's right. Thankfully, no violence. This scene that you just saw unfold happened in Allendale. It's just next door, about a 20-minute drive from Grand Rapids. And just to paint how surreal the scene was in between these two dueling rallies with armed individuals on both sides, there was a family at the park playing pickleball. So Michigan just has a whole lot going on right now. And I think what we saw over the weekend was how the deep division is really manifesting on the ground here in this area that is so politically important and where tensions and stakes are incredibly high. Look, both of these groups were ideological opposites. On one side, you had a lot of Trump support. You had some militia members. On the other side, you had racial justice activists who brought security in the form of an anti-fascist organization that came with their own rifles as well. And both sides told me that they were nervous about what might happen. They were concerned for their safety. There was also a sentiment of feeling silenced in both groups that we talked to, individuals who wanted to stand up against that and said that they brought weapons so that they could safely do so, could safely exercise their rights. Allison?
Dasha, what else are voters there concerned about on the right and on the left as we head into this last week before the election? What issues are they talking to you about?
Well, of course, Election Day was not far from anyone's mind, and it was interesting. Both concerned about Election Day. On the right, there was more concern about protecting the vote. On the left, more concern about protecting the voter. So at the American Patriot Council rally, there were folks looking to recruit poll watchers and challengers. At the Justice for Black Lives rally, people were signing up volunteers to be poll buddies, to take volunteers, to take voters to the polls who were nervous about intimidation, to have someone there with them. I want you to take a listen to what we heard from each group. Allison, watch.
I'm concerned that his followers are going to, if he's showing even a hesitation of winning, they're gonna respond with violence.
We are concerned about voter intimidation, especially in Michigan. Polling places are supposed to be sanctuaries. You're supposed to be safe at a polling place.
Are you guys interested in poll watching or challenging? Is that something that you're...
Something I already do. I did it in 2018 and I'll be doing it this year. So, and it's nothing against anybody. It's just, I want to guarantee the integrity of the election. And it's not like, oh, I think they're going to cheat as much as it is. I just want to make sure that every vote is counted.
And Allison, Michigan, of course, is an open carry state, but recently state officials banned open carry at the polls. However, there have been lawsuits challenging that order, and there are sheriffs in the state who say that they will not enforce that ban. Allison?
Dasha, impressed to see that in spite of the tensions, in spite of the concerns, in spite of the weapons this weekend, people managed to express themselves, and it didn't get violent and it didn't get nasty. It gives us some hope here that maybe we can get past some of this divisiveness. Dasha in Grand Rapids, thank you.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.